everyone and welcome to the Anime Zillia, and today we're talking all things chapter 12 of the Blue Box manga series. We finally got to see a proper badminton match unfold within a chapter, if only just the beginning of the match. However, judging from the art style and the strategy shown, we have some promising matches to come in the future. This chapter was filled with some heartwarming emotions and expressions from every character involved. Plus, one particular character that we wouldn't actually expect to see some action from surprisingly did something great. More on him in a minute though. Just look at this cover image to start with. This is truly a beautiful piece of artwork, showcasing why Chinatsu is the best female character within all of Weekly Shonen Jump. But let's move away from that bold statement and talk more about the chapter itself, because I have to point out yet another display of faith within Taiki from Haru. Of course, Haru is the character who set up this challenge for Taiki, with Chinatsu's information on the line. Haru fully believes that Taiki has the skills to win this match. Maybe because his belief is based on his own sort of merit of teaching Taiki everything he knew, and the fact that Haru is a bit smug and overconfident in that fact. But at the same time, this is still belief that's being placed within his student. So I have to commend Haru for that, because throughout the last 4 or 5 chapters, we've had this inkling that Haru has seen potential within Taiki, and that's why he's giving Taiki the time to train him and develop him and watch him grow. So this I really do like, because Haru is falling into the mentor role very nicely, even if his personality is questionable. One person who didn't show full belief within our main protagonist, however, though, would be Chinatsu herself. Her text in the final panel stated, if Taiki wins, we'll go to the aquarium, not when Taiki wins. Now, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, as she is most likely really happy and excited about the possibility of going to the aquarium with the guy she potentially likes. Because as an audience, we're made to believe that Chinatsu has a crush on Taiki. So maybe she's just not getting her hopes up completely, just in case there is a chance that Taiki will lose. Because again, she hasn't seen Taiki at his full potential. Neither have we as the reader. So she's not being fantastical. That's not really a word. She's thinking more logical than with her heart. She's being realistic in saying if he wins. Because she doesn't want to psych herself and hype herself up and going, oh, he's playing so well now. He's going to win. He's going to win. We're going to go to the aquarium together. And then suddenly he loses. If that happens, she'll be very disappointed. So yeah, I think she's just being logical and realistic in this point. So we'll have to see how that unfolds moving forward. Now then, this new promise of a trip to the aquarium does scare me a little bit. Because to me, this promise being implemented into the story means Taiki's defeat is almost certain. Now, I would like to see Taiki win, because it will prove that his training and dedication has kind of come to fruition and has meant something. But at the same time, I can see a situation in where he loses, but still gets to go to said aquarium, as a way of Chinatsu trying to cheer him up when he's feeling down and out because he's lost his chance at going to nationals by qualifying as a singles competitor. Losing this match would allow Taiki to grow and develop from both his skills as a badminton player and his personality as a character himself. He would have failed to qualify for the singles competitors, but there will most likely be another chance for him to arise to the occasion later on. Plus, he would have failed at protecting his crush's contact information, something that would damage his pride and self-value. Taiki would beat himself up if Chinatsu was too kind and accepted the fact that her details had to go to this guy that she probably doesn't even remember helping. Now, if this does indeed happen, there could be trust issues, mostly on Taiki's end, if he obviously loses his match and his opponent gets Chinatsu's contact details, and also Taiki would have a lot of negative feelings wallowing around within his own head, and you'd have to get out of that. But this could also be a platform for Taiki to mature and become a better strategist when planning in the midst of a match. So I do think that him losing could actually have a lot of benefits, but him winning could be very rewarding and also very kind of a feel-good moment that the series probably does need at the minute, although the series has been very wholesome throughout. Now then, let's give a round of applause to Taiki's best friend for being an absolute legend and saying what he did to Chinatsu. That interaction was very surprising, as this character has not done much so far, but the way that he approached her and was opening up about how it's most likely, thanks to Taiki being in close proximity with someone else who is so focused and motivated, driven to their own goals, that Taiki has been able to improve this much. As well as the fact is, Taiki has been able to remain so focused and determined on the goals that he wants to follow, thanks to the positive energy and the influence of Chinatsu living with him. Now then, looking at it from Chinatsu's perspective, this conversation was probably a gift for her, in terms of boosting her self-confidence, as it probably rings true to the same in having Taiki near herself that allows Chinatsu to remain so focused and determined on her goals. Taiki inspires Chinatsu. Chinatsu inspires Taiki. The two constantly support each other and help each other grow to their full potential. This is something that's been very persistent and consistent even throughout the entirety of the series. And it just gets reminded here, and it's one concept I really love about Blue Box that I hope they continue throughout. But also keep it a bit fresh from time to time with new examples. I also love the fact that we know that Taiki gets very captivated when watching Chinatsu practice her basketball skills. But seeing how captivated she became when seeing Taiki in the midst of a match and in action, that was really wholesome and sweet. So one more thing in regard to Taiki's best friend. I hope this is a way for him to develop as well moving forward. Because this character has seen how Taiki's managed to develop and grow his own skills. And honestly, I feel like Taiki's best friend needs to do something to kind of make us remember his actual name. I mean, it might just be myself, but honestly, I feel bad, but I can't remember his name at all. That's why I'm referring to him as Taiki's friend. I just need to have a chapter dedicated to him, focused on him, maybe see if he holds some jealousy towards Taiki for having a goal, having a purpose and something to strive towards. Because at the end of the conversation this character has with Haru, he seemed a little distant. Yes, he has a match coming up soon, and that might be heavily weighing on his mind. But who knows? Maybe, just maybe, we might see a bit of tension between Taiki's best friend and Taiki himself. As for the match itself, I loved seeing the detail that was on display. Yes, we only got given a small snippet of the match, but the art style was amazing. Every panel looked stunning. The design of the rackets and shuttlecocks was awesome and just popped out of the screen, making it almost look 3D, which, for a game that's fast-paced as badminton is, that just adds another layer of enjoyment when reading this series. Seeing the tactical mind games and strategy was awesome, plus seeing it unfold in real time during the match was even better. Plus the cheer of pure relief when Taiki's plan that he was implementing actually started to work, that was emotional. It made me as a reader feel inspired and wanted to cheer for him. There was also a hint of proudness as well when reading that particular panel. Like you've seen Taiki grow and go through the harsh, grueling, tormenting training that Haru has put him through, and finally, something that he's been trying to do has finally paid off. And that, it was just It was just great. The emotions in that scene were shared by not only ourselves as the audience, but also every character within this chapter. A great piece of story writing that helps make this small achievement for Taiki seem massive. It really did seem like a big scale event. I can't lie, throughout this entirety of the chapter, mainly with the action, I had a hint of haiku vibes. It got me excited as the time I was reading Haikyuu, when that manga was at its peak. That series was hype every time a volleyball match was on display, and this series looks to be following in those kind of footsteps, in where every match that's played, whether it's badminton or basketball, every match is going to be having you on the edge of your seat, making you want to turn each page faster and faster to see what the result is going to be, before leaving you on that tease of a cliffhanger. So overall, I thought this chapter was brilliant. From start to finish, there was something to enjoy, whether that was the action or the art, the emotion on display from all the characters involved. Everything was on point. So let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on this chapter in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Do you agree or disagree with any of the things that I mentioned? Probably think people will disagree with the Chinatsu being best girl in shonen comment. But hey, let me know who your favourite female character is in all of shonen in the comments down below if you want to. But with that out of the way, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And of course, I'll see you next time. Arigato, matane, goodbye.